Ashmita from ESEL IIT Madras, and I welcome you all to our YouTube series, Inside the Startup Dream, where we bring to you the story of how a dream became a reality. Here with us today is Mr. Santosh Vuppala, founder of Homeground. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hi, Ashmita. Good morning. I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me on this.
We are really thrilled to have you here today, sir, and we are really grateful to you for being a part of this.
So thanks for having us. Pleasure to be here. Outside of Homeground, I am a father of a 3-year-old son, being really busy with keeping him engaged. So that takes up a lot of time, and it's incidental. It's like having your own startup. So it's really tough taking care, taking care of so much and giving them an attention. I've been a sports lover. Cricket is one of the favorite sports that I used to play. Now watch it. That's been keeping me busy. For that, there's a small backstory. So I really enjoyed playing cricket. I also took 3 years of professional cricket training, but I could not continue because professional training was expensive. We could not afford it, and also I did not get that personalized attention that I wanted, right, to upgrade my game. So that was a problem that always was there, and I did see my peers also facing similar issues. So I stopped playing cricket. Went into engineering. And 20 years later, I was still surprised that the same problem existed, and a majority of the 250 million aspiring cricketers worldwide face this. And that's what drove us to start thinking about this problem and see if we could build a solution around it. And that's when we started building Homeground. And Homeground is basically an AI platform that helps aspiring cricketers get access to quality coaching right on the smartphone for as little as $3 per month. And this is without any variables or sensors, right? So what we do is the user uploads their training video on the platform, which is a mobile application. And we use computer vision and AI to track the metrics of a player, give them personalized recommendations, and also connect them with expert coaches from around the world to get feedback. So our idea or objective is to help every athlete get an equal opportunity to train for the game and also play the game at the highest level. I'm from Hyderabad, so Sunrisers definitely was a favorite team, but I mean their performance was on and off, but a strong loyalist to the team. It could, but the intention, the reason we started off with the grassroots and the amateur players is because there is a lack of, quality coaching, and affordability is also an issue at this level. Whereas, the elite teams have the budgets, have video analysts, performance analysts traveling with them. They have expert coaches for each field. We will get there, but we are intentionally have started with the aspiring cricketers, give them the facilities that the elite teams have, but at an affordable price, right? We would definitely want to do something for the elite teams and players as well. So when I went for my master's, to the US, and then I came back, and we started off with an app development services company. This was back in 2008, and we did this for 2 years, and then we got into a team of our client, which we were working for full time, and it was just 2 of us. So we started off with that services company. And I always wanted to do something on my own, right? Like building something, like solving a problem. So that was there. But then I moved on to their company, and they became our employer. And I was there with that company for around 5 years, worked as a product manager. And in December 2019 is when I thought I'll take a break for a couple of months and see and evaluate and see what to do next, right? So that's when Actually, COVID happened and a lot of things changed. And 2 months stretched to 5 months, and I was still wondering and trying to explore different options on what I could do. So I have a background in computer science engineering, and I also worked as an iOS app developer. So that's when I started building iOS apps using computer vision, and I mean leveraging computer vision and AI. And that's when I was thinking about where we can apply this, and sports technology was something that really attracted me. I thought we could explore an opportunity there in sports tech. So that's when and cricket being my favorite sport, I tried to do something there. And then we started talking to the coaches, trying to understand the problem, and that's how this started. But it took shape when we presented this idea to an accelerator, and we got selected into it. And then that's when we said, yes, there's some validation from the market. We understand that sports technology is needed. And also the end user, who's a player and coaches. We did a lot of user interviews and validated it with a prototype that I built. And that's when it started, and we started working on it full time. So we are right now in a stage where the platform is available both on iOS and Android stores, and we have started acquiring users. We have around 500 users using our platform, giving us good feedback. And our target is, we are starting off with the Indian cricket community, but we want to get into the Australian and UK markets next. And North America is also a great market where there's a lot of cricket activity happening, a lot of infrastructure for cricket being built, and they've recently announced Major League Cricket, which will start off in the summer of 2023. And that's a great push towards activity, and a lot of interest in building up talent as well. So we see scaling up in India to the aspiring players and coaches, then to the other regions, and there are 104 cricket playing countries, so that would be our target market. And in the future, in the next 5 years, we see transforming the mobile application to a full-fledged hardware, where we are also building a hardware prototype that can be now licensed to these cricket academies or cricket institutes, and they can leverage technology and have it placed at their facilities. But a long-term vision is to service as many aspiring cricketers as possible, solve for their needs, and try to build Homeground as a brand, where every cricketer, like he or her carries their cricket kit. We would want Homeground to be part of their cricket training ecosystem. Funds are definitely on the top of the list that are required for a startup to actually breathe and keep evolving. Team is also really essential. But for us, initially, like I said, when I took that 3-month break and it stretched to 5 months, and now I had to actually start looking for a job to earn. But then luckily for us, we got into the accelerator, who put in a small amount of money. So that gave us that initial lift off, that kickoff to actually start and build our prototype, and move ahead from the prototype. And then we raised some funds from friends and family. They were kind enough to believe in us and put in some money for us to actually now start thinking about how do we build a team to take Homeground into reality, into the hands of the users. And recently, so that gave us some cushion for around 8 to 9 months. And recently in May 2022, we got selected into an Australian accelerator called Startup Bootcamp Australia, which is a sports and event tech specific accelerator. And that they've again put in some money against equity. That gave us a good push, and also opened up to the Australian market. And right now we are raising our next round, and 40% of which is committed already. So we're looking to close the remaining round very quickly. But yeah, funding is definitely essential to keep to fuel your startup. But I think team is also on at the top of the list, that you have to have a very good team, because funding alone will not get you that far. So what we, I mean, from the start, we wanted whoever comes to on board to work on Homeground needs to have that mindset of willingness to learn, that growth mindset. So skill is something I believe can be learned, can be taught, but that mindset cannot be taught. The attitude that needs to be, probably that's a priority for us when we are looking for any new hire, right? So we look for that. We see if the mindset, if you have the growth mindset, if they're willing to learn, if they're willing to fail, and also learn from that mistakes, that's the top of the list that we look at. And then skill, definitely, yes, some background in the technical skill is required, but yeah, that can be taught. I think technical skills is definitely something you need a structure to learn from. So I took some courses that helped me learn. For example, I was an iOS developer, then moved on to product management, but I had an interest in computer vision and AI. So I took some structured learning courses where I could develop my computer vision and AI skills. But I think the rest of it is all observation, right? I mean, I did not have any formal teachings or learnings in business or starting a startup. So that I think is learned by observation. I mean, the last employer I was with, I think that's where I learned how to run a startup or how to scale up a company. I think it's all through observation and probably learning from people who have done that before you. I think that's what is probably the main source of learning. I think, see, this is the right time to do a startup when you're probably doing your academics, and you don't have that baggage or that responsibility of taking care of a family or getting a job that really takes care of you. So this period, I think you should definitely try to work on the ideas that you have and build them as quickly as possible, and not wait for the right moment, because each idea that you have, you don't need to think about the market that you have, or the competitors that are already there, or the novelty of the idea. I think it's trying to see how you can execute on an idea. So if you have an idea, I think what I would recommend is execute it. So that's when you'll understand your users, you'll understand your market. That will be the learnings that you can take it forward for your next ventures. But do it right now. I think that would be the best thing to do. Yeah, execute it, see if it works or no, and fail. If you fail, learn from that experience. I think that experience cannot be taught anywhere. It is something you have to experience yourself, and that'll give you that confidence that yes, an idea can be seen through, it can be executed, and these are what are the hurdles or complexity that will come up through the way. It is tough. I think for every individual, I think it is really tough to move on and then see things through, but I think persistence and patience is what is required, and also help from the support, right? I mean, you definitely need to have a support system, be it your family, friends, or your mentors, or your work colleagues, and having a support system, talking with them, getting some help, because I totally believe everyone's there to help you out, and if needed, it's how you take things forward, how you approach them for help is what is important. So having that strong support system will definitely see you through, and having a belief in yourself, right? Because you have to believe in yourself, because otherwise there's nothing anyone else can do. It's I think our own responsibility to have that belief and confidence to see things through. I think, yeah, entrepreneurship is a great thing to follow. I mean, it's something where you challenge yourself every day. But I think starting off, I think you'll have to have a notion that it is going to get tough. It will be challenging, but also have that confidence that yes, we can see things through. I think that is more important, and not focusing on the idea. I think it's the problem that in any idea that it is solving, it needs to be focused on. I would say that talking to users and trying to understand the problem better, and then building a solution for it would be something really, really important.